Good morning, students. I want to welcome you to class this morning. My name is Mr. Marukurafo. The course before us is titled Contemporary Drama and Theatre, THA 411. So we're going to be looking at drama and theatre, right, in different dimensions. Okay. Remember that drama has come a long way from the Greece, down to the contemporary age. Alright, so what we practice now is a contemporary form of drama and theatre. Performances now are modern because of the introduction of technology, new innovations, new and best practices, and every other thing that has increased um, performances and making it more advanced. So we are directing our focus to all of this, looking at drama in the now, looking at drama in our contemporary age. Okay, so we first of all delve into the introduction of this course. Okay, let's try to understand what contemporary drama represents, contemporary drama and theater represents. Okay, so as we have seen on the screen, contemporary drama and theatre emerged in the 20th and 21st centuries, making it modern, all right? Because when you compare it to, the traditional form of drama and theatre and then the ancient forms of drama and theatre, you discover that this aspect of drama is modern, all right? Is practiced in recent time. And contemporary drama and theatre have evolved significantly over the past few decades, reflecting the complexities of modern life, technological advancements, and shifting cultural paradigms. Okay, so we can now see that uh, contemporary drama and theatre is something that's evolved over past decades. Okay, like we've seen that is something that emerged in the 20th and 21st centuries. Right. So what brought about all of this? What brought about the modern drama? The society has moved on. Okay, the society has moved on. The society has improved in modern life, in development. There are many complexities. And in the area of technological advancement, the society has moved on. There is a paradigm shift. People now have a modern way of thinking, a modern way of reasoning, a modern perspective to life and in doing different things. So there is a significant paradigm shift in the society. People have moved, society has moved, from a lower plane to a higher plane. And all of this put together has also influenced dramatics, okay, has also influenced performances, has also influenced theater, all right, because of the advent of technology and all of that, now leading to an advanced form of drama and theater, which is known as contemporary drama. So, contemporary drama is actually talking about drama of the recent world, drama and theater that is being practiced in our today's world, all right? So that is what contemporary drama represents. Okay, so this evolution is evident in themes explored, the forms and structures employed, and the ways in which theater is produced and consumed. Okay, so we can actually see that the structure of drama and theater and the production, and everything that surrounds drama, including the theme, everything has improved. And this can only be seen in contemporary drama and theater. So quickly, without wasting time, we are going to consider the characteristics of contemporary drama and theater. Okay, we're gonna look at the features or the characteristics and make up this form of this aspect of drama called contemporary drama and theater. Okay, one significant characteristic is realism and naturalism. Contemporary drama and theater often focus on realistic portrayals of everyday life, addressing complex social, political, and psychological issues. Characters tend to be more grounded and relatable, and the settings often reflect ordinary lived in spaces rather than grand or styled settings. So, what we are saying here is that contemporary drama has made drama more realistic, all right, more realistic, which is found in realism and naturalistic concepts of theater, where performances are meant to be real, where all traces of tricks are reduced to the barest minimum. Everything tends to be real. Okay, actors exhibit their actions, you know, as though it is something that they are they are exhibiting in real day in normal real life situation. Okay, so everything is made real. Actions are real. Even the tricks in movies and all of that are made to be real, to look very real. Why is it possible? Because of the advent of high-powered technology. Okay, so everything is now making movies, performances in our today's world look so real. So this is one of the attributes of contemporary drama. It was not like that in the past. Okay, drama and theater centuries ago were not that real. It does not really depict that form of realism. But in today's world, we see all of this being made manifest because of the use of technology, advancement, and all of that. So everything has advanced, making theater more realistic. Then, secondly, contemporary drama has to do with exploration of identity and social issues. Exploration of identities and social issues. Modern dramas and theater delve into topics such as gender, race, class, and sexuality, exploring how these identities intersect and influence individual and collective experiences. These plays often challenge social norms and present controversial or marginalized perspective. So, contemporary drama, as we've seen, explores identity and social issues. Okay, we live in a society where individuals and group try to show sense of identity. S- in the area of gender, all right, in the area of gender, in the area of race, class, and sexuality. Every group, every individual tries to belong to a group. All right, could be a race, could be a tribe, could be an ethnic group. All right, so we're saying that this is one of the attributes of contemporary drama. It understands the society. It understands this aspect of the society, and then all these things are also represented in modern drama. Okay, whereby there is that sense of identity being represented in it could be stage drama, it could be drama like plays, written in form of literature, It could be movies in form of theater and all of that on the screen. So one thing we pick out of this is that it also projects that identity, sense of identity, okay, in gender. So a thing can surround on gender equality or gender sensitivity or race. It can be racial discrimination, okay, it can be class struggle or class kind of discrimination in the society or disparity, depicted by class in the society or sexuality and all of that. It also, deals with other social issues that are crucial to the society. Thirdly, is that contemporary drama, um, depicts non-linear and experimental structure. Non-linear and experimental structure, unlike traditional plays with clear acts and linear plots. Contemporary drama may feature fragmented or non-linear storytelling. This could involve flashbacks, non-chronological sequence, or multiple storylines happening simultaneously. Okay, now non-linear here, is trying to tell us that there's no straight cut kind of practice. Okay, there's room for experimentations in modern drama. Modern drama does not just follow one-way traffic. Sometimes things can be experimented in the storytelling. The storytelling is not just a straight cut kind of a straight jacket kind of experience. Sometimes stories can diversify. Even in movie, sometimes you have a flashback of what happened in the past. Okay, these are diversifications in the way drama and movies are being designed. Okay, so there is a lot of experiments making it non-linear. Okay, there is no certain formula that is being followed. Things are experimented. Okay, during the making of the movie or plotting of the drama and all of that, even with the set design and everything that has to do with the drama, the storytelling and all of that, even costuming. So there is a lot of experimentation to see the best um, experience that our practice that fit the drama and performance. Okay, so it involves a lot of experiment and trial of different options to give the drama and theatrical performance the best. Then minimalistic and symbolism is also another characteristics of contemporary drama. Some contemporary plays embrace minimalistic in terms of set design, props, and dialogue, allowing for a more symbolic or interpretative experience. This may leave more room for audience interpretation and create a more abstract atmosphere. Okay, so minimalistic is trying to streamline everything, to actually make a point, cutting off distractions. Okay, so in contemporary drama, we see this happen in the way dramas are being designed, the storytelling, set design, props, everything is done in order to actually, show more symbolism, to be more symbolistic, and to also interpret the theme. Okay, everything is geared towards interpreting the theme. That's being minimalistic. So some other things that will um, cause distraction, okay, is cut off. It could be in the costume. So if the costume is not tailored to the theme of production, those aspects of costume can be removed. It can be set design. Okay, if a kind of design is introduced and it doesn't reflect the theme, okay, it has to be minimized in order to meet with the goal of drama. Then breaking of fourth wall is also another characteristic of modern drama. Contemporary drama frequently breaks the fourth wall where actors acknowledge the audience directly or step out of their roles. This can create a sense of immediacy and intimacy or challenged the traditional separation between performers and viewers. All right, so this reminds me, I will use a personal experience to buttress this point. Okay, there was a time we acted the story of Queen Amina, all right, on the stage, which attracted large audience. So they came to watch, all right, the story, the drama, the story of Amina being performed as a drama. Just let me just give you a brief summary of it. Penami, if you have read the story, was a woman who stood out, who challenged the status quo. They say what a man can do, a woman can do better. So Amina actually, represented that fact. When the king of Tazal, um, died and the prince could not, fit into that role because the king, whosoever that is a king, must represent the kingdom during war. So a king must be a hero. He must fight to defend the kingdom. But the prince was so afraid. So when the king passed away, the enemies arose from different communities to fight the kingdom of Zazal. And then the prince, because he was not a warrior, could not stand to defend the kingdom. So at that point, Queen Amina, stood up and took up that role and, volunteered to defend the kingdom. All right, so in that particular drama, you know, I I observed something even when we were performing. I discovered that one of the actors, when he was about announcing Queen Amina as, the queen of Zazal that will now lead the army according to the prophecy, instead of talking to us on the stage, he faced the audience. He faced the audience and announced. He was not talking to the audience, not to fellow actors. Okay, so this is example of breaking of fourth wall. This challenges the traditional structure of drama. Now the audience are now part of this form of modern um, skill in drama. Now you are now including the audience into the performance. They are now part of the whole performance. So it's a participatory kind of. So the guy, instead of talking to his face the audience and say, you can now see since the king, the prince cannot defend the kingdom uh, in war. We are now appointing. We have no choice than to appoint Queen Amina, to lead the army and to become queen of Zaza kingdom. So it happens in different drama whereby an actor will face the audience directly and communicate. Okay, so the next point here is diverse voices and perspectives. Diverse voices and perspectives is another characteristic. There is an emphasis on representing diverse voices, including those from underdepressed or marginalized communities. This has led to more inclusive stories that focus on cultural, racial, and gender diversity. Okay, so diverse voices and perspectives has to do with diversity in our community, in our society. Okay, people belong to different groups, different communities and all of that. And some of these communities, may not have a loud voice in the sense that they are marginalized. Some cultural groups, racial groups, gender, and all of that, diversities may have a low or loud voice. In some African culture, women may not have the that possibility or advantage to be heard in the open or in the society. All right. So in movie, we can actually, showcase some of these things. We can actually tell the story. In modern drama, these aspects are captured. Diverse voices will represent, contemporary drama can be used to represent, marginalized groups, can be used to represent um, racial diversities, gender diversities. So the point here is inclusion, is including all these people, all these diversities, representing them, in dramas and theatrical performances or movies. All right. So this is one of the things we can see in modern drama. And then another feature is psychological depth. Psychological depth. Modern plays often explore characters' inner lives, presenting psychological complexity. The focus is often on what motivates people, their emotions, conflict, and their effects of personal and societal pressure on their mental states. So, psychological depth is showcased in modern drama. It goes deep to um, pull out how an actor actually explore emotions and all of that. Okay, during conflict, you know, during time of merriment, and during all kinds of situations. So the emotion is well represented in modern drama because this is what moves the crowd and the audience or the reading audience. Then absurdism and existentialism is also another feature. Okay, so this is influenced by movements like absurdism. Some contemporary plays explore themes of meaninglessness, isolation, and human condition. Character might struggle to find purpose in seemingly indifferent worlds. So, what we're saying here is that modern drama and theater, explores absurdism and existentialism. That tries to portray the real life situation of people, the struggle that people go through. Okay, it tells a story of, from grass to grace. It tells the story of people finding themselves in terrible situations, terrible human conditions, people who live in slum, people who dwell in, misery, people who cannot feed. And this represents what happens in human existence and in the society. All right, then we have another one, interactivity and multimedia is another feature of modern or contemporary drama and theater. Okay, so some contemporary works incorporate elements of multimedia technology and audience interaction using projections, video, and even live social media interaction as part of the experience. Okay, so multimedia has to do with inclusion of all different kinds of media technology, multimedia technologies. Okay, things that can show videos on screen, play sounds, and all of that, or even include virtual reality gadgets. All these are multimedia. Okay, so the point of having this in contemporary drama is to increase level of interactivity, level of interaction, because some people may interact more, by looking at watching movies, watching on the screen. Some, have more level of interaction, through the sounds they hear. Are you getting it? So all of this put together, can be seen in in modern theater, when some of these experiences are projected. So as you see, sometimes drama can be happening on stage, and then it's also being projected on the screen. So some even prefer to watch on the screen than even watching on stage. So these are multimedia experiences we see in modern drama theater. Then open endings and ambiguity is another feature. So rather than providing clear resolutions, many contemporary drama leave questions unanswered and provide ambiguous conclusions, encouraging the audience to reflect on the themes and meaning long after the performance, long after the performance is over. Okay, so performance, sorry, contemporary drama is open-ended. Sometimes, it allows the audience, to think. Okay, sometimes movies end inconclusively, and then you'll be looking forward to the part two. Or sometimes, movies just end abruptly so that you be able to figure out the end by yourself. All this is artistic. Okay, they are artistic in nature. Okay, and creating that sense of logic for you to actually think. So it helps humans to our viewers to actually have creative thinking towards performances, either on the screen, on the stage, or um, literature work through playwrights. Okay, so we are continuing by looking at the key trends. We're going to continue by looking at key trends in contemporary drama. What are the key trends in contemporary drama? So, one point here is that the first trend is in the area of themes and content. What are those key trends? What are those things that are trending, that are so obvious that we can see, that is notable, okay, in contemporary drama? So we can see it in themes and content, the way themes and content are designed. They are totally different from, the kind of drama we've seen, we've read about or studied that existed in the past. So contemporary drama and theater often grapples with issues that resonate with today's audience, including identity politics, social justice, mental health, and the human condition in an increasing digital globalized world. So themes and content are designed, based on some of these, contemporary issues we see in our today's world. Okay, so I've itemized, I've listed them in such a way that we can deal with them individually. Okay, under this heading, themes and content. So themes and contents are built around issues like identity and representation. Issues of race, gender, sexuality, and class are central to many contemporary plays. Playwrights like Lim Notage and some of these playwrights listed here also, wrote their literature works, surrounding on themes, body identity and representation. Okay, so to buttress further, in our today's world, we can see that people are always trying to, play by different social identities according to race, according to gender, sexuality. The female gender want to be heard, the male gender want to be heard. There are different sexualities, the LGBTs, and all of that, race, and even people who could not find their root are now making all efforts. For example, in the US, the black community, they're all making effort to you know run DNA to find where they come from. okay, their roots, trying to trace their roots. All of these are trying to tell us that people want to, have a convincing sense of identity. They want to identify, with, where they actually belong to. Okay, so because of this particular issue in the society, it has, been included in themes and different contents in movies and drama. So it is one of the trending, points. Then we also see commentary, political and social commentary. So themes and contents that are trending in today's world, in today's current contemporary drama surrounds on political and social commentary. Theatre has long been a platform for political discourse, and contemporary drama continues this tradition. Works like The Freeman by Jess Bosworth and Hamilton by Lin-Manuel Miranda use historical concepts to comment on current political climates. Okay, so we've seen that politics, you know, and the social commentary is part of contemporary themes, is what forms contemporary theme and content. People want to talk about politics. In today's world, everybody is talking about politics. It can be local politics, it can be international politics. And in movies, these are not left out. Producers of movies, writers of play, different playwrights, dramas acted on stage and all of that also consider politics as a very strong point, in building content and themes. The mental health and trauma is also another trending key point under themes and content. Themes and content are built, surrounding mental health and trauma, trying to pass a message, tailored to mental health and trauma. Okay, so the stigma surrounding mental health has diminished in recent years, and contemporary theatre has played a role in this shift. Plays like Dear Evan Hansen by Stephen Livingston, Benj Basek, and Justin Paul, and Adults, etc. Actually portrays theme on mental health and trauma. So we can actually build themes and message on mental health and trauma, which we've seen in contemporary drama, to pass a message to audience. Remember that drama is not only just to entertain. Drama, movies, and all of that, even novels, are also meant to create awareness, to sensitize the public, the audience, all right, about issues like mental health. So a character may play a role on mental health. Okay, the idea is to educate and to create awareness. Maybe somebody is suffering from mental health. Okay, and then at the end of the day, maybe leads to complications and or even death in the movie. Could pass a message to the viewing audience that they need to maintain health, mental uh, sanity all the time, and then get rid of those things that could affect their mental health. The technology and digital culture is also seen in themes of films and movies and all of that, just to project technology, recent technologies we've seen in American movies, robotics, and all of that. So themes are built surrounding on the need to push or to showcase technology of a country, or to tell you about what will happen in the future technology, the future world. Then we also have another trending issue, another trending point in contemporary drama, which is forms and structure. Contemporary theatre is characterized by a diversity of forms and structures, often breaking away from uh, traditional linear narratives. Okay, so in terms of forms and structures, the traditional form of theater and drama, is a kind of straightforward thing. There is no experimentation, is linear in nature. But in contemporary drama, there is more of experimentation. Okay, different things are practiced. There is different innovations, different attempts to see how a story can be better, to see how the plot can, be designed to meet contemporary um, society. Set designs are constructed in a way that it meets what is trending currently in the society and all of that. So there is more of an experimentation experience. It's more experimental. People don't just maintain status quo and do things the same way, the same pattern. No, there is more of experimentation in narrative. So in storytelling, there is a lot of experimentations, to have dimensions and depth of telling a story that leads to a movie. Then immersive and interactive theater is also another point under forms and structure. Okay, so theater and drama is now an immersive experience and more interaction. Production is done in such a way that the audience are more participants than you know uh, viewers or spectators. They participate. And this can be seen the way performances are done. It can also be seen in the way set is being designed, the sound, okay, provision of multimedia systems, and all of that. So the idea is to make theater experience more immersive to audience. Then device theater is also another point under forms and structure as a trending point. Okay, so device theater here has to do with where the script is developed collaboratively by the cast and creative team. Okay, so device theater here, involves script being developed collaboratively. It's not a one-man thing. Okay, the creative team, everybody, joins hand in reviewing and vetting or looking into the script because this matters a lot. The script is like the constitution used by a country. Okay, so in the movie, everything is acted or guided based on the script. And so if the script is defective, if the script is inaccurately designed or written, it's going to affect the whole aspect of the movie. Okay, so in order to get it right, there is collaboration, and this is seen in contemporary um, drama and theater. Then, still under form and structures, multimedia and interdisciplinary approaches is adopted too. Okay, contemporary theater often incorporates multimedia elements, including video, projections, digital effects, and live music. And this interdisciplinary approach can be seen in works like Warhorse by Nick Stafford, which uses puppetry and multimedia to create visual stunning narratives. So, a lot of multimedia um, gadgets are used in contemporary drama, like digital effects, live music, projections, and all of that. And it is also interdisciplinary, cutting across different disciplines, health, um, social science, and all of that, natural science. So it cuts across different forms of discipline. So we've seen the trending key trends, key trends in contemporary drama and theater. So in the next class, we're going to continue by also looking at influential playwrights and practitioners in contemporary drama. So at this point, we call it a day, right? Remember to indicate your username and center location on the comment section. Do have a wonderful day. Bye bye for now.